Hello world, this is Lisa Friedrichsen, your friend and computer science professor from Johnson County Community College. And in this short screencast, we're going to continue on with our Web 110 series and look at the fourth course objective, and that is to build HTML tables. We get to our course objectives by going through a credit class search, and I'm in the summer of 2017 as I do this. Sometimes it might be important to pick the correct semester that you're in, just because the objectives do change from semester to semester. In this case, they do not change between summer of 2017 and fall of 2017, but I'll go ahead and dial it up to fall of 2017 just to prove that. And here I've found Web 110, Introduction to HTML and CSS, 3 credit hours, and when I click the outline, I can see the full course description, objectives, content outline, and competencies. And here we are on number 4, to create valid HTML tables. When I go down into the outline, I see a breakout. And so to build HTML tables, we need to be able to discuss the appropriate use for tables, create and modify table rows and columns, apply styles to tables. The first thing about HTML tables is to make sure that the content we are tagging, we are marking up as a table, is truly tabular information. And so I was looking at some fast facts about JCCC, and any time that you see data organized in a flat table like this, and lots of times that information is numbers, it's probably a pretty good candidate for an HTML table. Let's just build this little table. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. It's got 3 pieces of information in each row. It's fall 2016 tuition and fees by student residents. So let's build this table. And so, of course, you would have your table start and end tags, and then you would have one set of table row tags for every row that you want. And since we have 4 rows, we're going to need 4 sets of tags. Now, we don't have a table header row in this instance. All of this information is just data. So let's just go ahead and put in the table data information, and then we'll decide if we need a header row. And we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 columns in every row. So that means we're going to need 3 sets of TD tags in every row. So I'm just going to quickly copy and paste them in there, and then we'll worry about the content. With our table row, and TD tags in place, we're ready to add the content. I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste this information. I've copied and pasted the information into these TD tags, and whether you put the TD tags on 2 different rows as I have, or have them all on the same line just to make your code a little bit shorter like this, is up to you, of course. The only issue that we're really concerned about is that it reads well. And we know we have an infinite piece of paper here on our screen, so we can use white space in whatever manner we want in HTML to make the code easy to read. I'm a big believer in indenting and using white space to make the content easier to read, navigate, and maintain. Let's see how this table is going to look on a web page. I'm going to launch it in Chrome, and here's my table. Got all the data in it that I copied and pasted, yet we don't really know, because we don't have a title for it, what this information means. So let's go ahead and pop in this title, Fall 2016 Tuition and Fees by Student Residents. And let's put that in as NH2 and see how that renders. Much better. Still, however, I could use some clarification on what this percentage means and what this dollar amount means. And so that's where one more row is going to come in real handy. I would want you to know that most tables start not with the TD row data right away, but rather an explanation of what that data is. And we put that in with TH tags. So I'm going to put in 3 TH tags and give these columns table headings. The first column would be residents. The second column would be percent of JCCC student body. And the third column would be tuition per credit hour. So now we have our table. However, it's just the raw data. We're using the raw TH and TD formatting. So the objective also asks you to not only just create tables, but also to be able to apply styles. So some reasonable styles to apply to the table would include the border collapse property, where we collapse the border to a single thin line. If we don't have that rule, I'll show you what it looks like without collapsing the borders. We get that double line appearance around each cell, and then just around the table header and table data cells to put a 1 pixel solid black border around it. I think those are reasonable styles to know how to apply to a table. Anything else we can probably look up. Personally, I like numbers right aligned versus left aligned in their cells, but these might actually look okay centered. So let's try that. Let's do TD. Let's do text align center and see what it looks like. So now all of our TD information is centered. And let's also put in a little bit of padding all around. How about half an M? This table is already starting to look a lot better, just with a little bit of styling, a border, a little bit of padding, and some alignment of our information in order to pass this course objective. First of all, what kinds of data lends itself to be coded up as a table? How do you code a table? And what are some common styles that you would apply to a table? Thank you.